God damn it.
Well, good morning to you too, sunshine.
Yeah. Morning.
Still having nightmares?
Nightmares? Me? Nah. Oh, come on. Shunting won't get done on its own.
I see. Life had taken a very drastic turn for Riley after the accident. One moment he was caught up in an elaborate scheme to ensure the survival of his home railway. The next, he was at an isolated quarry, shunting wagons day in and day out. Of course, he had Alvin for company, but he missed his friends on the railway a lot, even if he wouldn't admit it. Alvin had tried time and time again to get Riley to open up, but he had found little success as Riley would either talk about work or avoid the topic altogether. You know, Riley, one of these days you're going to have to talk to me.
But I am talking to you. Right now, in fact.
You know that's not what I meant.
Maybe.
Look, man, I'm not about to tell you how to live your life.
Good.
But I can see what's happening to you, even if you're trying to hide it.
Hide what? I'm just doing my job, man. Why would I need to hide that?
Yeah, I thought so.
What's so wrong with just wanting to focus on work?
Nothing.
Then?
Look, there are some wagons that need taken down to the Triangle at Manifel for Clark to put into a consist. Why don't you take it instead? I'll stay here and shunt for you.
No, thank you.
Why not? You've been up here for almost a year now. Don't you want to go see your friends?
Well, yeah, but...
But what?
Nothing. Thanks for the offer, but I don't want the system I've put together to be ruined. No offence.
None taken, but...
Anyways, I best get back to it. Have a good run, Al.
Morning, Clark.
What are you doing down here? I thought you said Riley was covering for you today so you could have maintenance done.
That was the plan, but he refused to come down.
What a bitch! I was looking forward to yelling abuse at him again.
I'm not sure that would help him in any way, shape, or form.
No, but it would help me.
Right.
Anyway, fuck this. I'm going back to work. Could have had a longer rest, but no! Fucking pannier bastard!
Hello, Drax. Long time no see, old chap.
Morning, Al. How are you today?
Oh, you know, same old, same old. Wagons, and nothing but wagons.
A lifestyle I know all too well. Hang on, I thought Clark said Riley was coming down.
Yeah, he was supposed to. He refused, though.
Any reason why?
He wouldn't give me a straight answer. But I know why. He's not doing well, I can tell you that much.
Damn. I'm sorry to hear that. What's plaguing him?
It's the hill. He hasn't dared go anywhere near it since he returned to Steam. But again, he won't talk to me about it. I figured getting him to come down from that isolated quarry would do him well, but no luck there.
How steep is the gradient?
Decently steep. He got into an argument with one of the workmen once, because I was doing poorly on Steam, and he was needed to pick up some wagons. To put it mildly, he refused.
That poor lad.
Very much so. I just wish I knew what to do about it. Any ideas?
Mate, I wish I knew. The last engine I tried to get to open up about their issues was Buck, and, well, we know how that went.
I see. Still no news about that situation, I take it?
If only we were so fortunate.
Indeed. Anyways, I best get going again. That quarry won't run itself, even with Riley's help.
Sure thing. I need to get going soon as well. It was nice to see you again, mate.
Likewise to you. Alvin moved clear of the turntable and moved up towards the triangle to find the empty wagons that were returning to the quarry. Drax moved out shortly after to find his own rake of wagons waiting for him. He set off for Redwick, passing Alvin, who sounded a friendly whistle to him. Drax's journey went by without a hitch, but he was in for a surprise when he rolled into the yard at Redwick. As he looked ahead, he could see Russell in front of the next outbound service, but something looked off. As he got closer, it became clear to him. Russell was supposed to have departed a few minutes earlier and crossed paths with him. Instead, he was slightly ahead of his consist, with his front wheels off the rails, glaring angrily at Drax as he rolled past him. He quickly got himself uncoupled and rolled back to where Russell had come off.
Bloody hell, Russell, are you alright?
Do I look alright to you?
Well, no.
Don't act like you give a damn. I know this was you.
What the hell are you on about? I've been at Manafel since this morning.
Strange how when Mr. Stard comes back, suddenly I get rostered to go out on the main line again, and the moment that happens I end off the bloody rails.
That has nothing to do with Mr. Stard. You kept saying how unfair it was you were stuck here, so I asked him to do a roster swap so you could get out for a bit and work the main line again.
So it was you! You son of a bitch.
No, you moron, that's not what I said!
The two engines kept bickering for what felt like ages as the workmen arrived to get Russell back on the rails. No one could get a word in until a booming voice called out, "Will both of you shut up?" Russell and Drax looked between them to see Mr. Knox looking between both of them. He was red in the face. "Now that I have your attention, would anyone care to explain why the two of you are having a shouting match in the middle of my yard?"
He sabotaged my wagon, sir. The brakes were jammed and the coupling snapped, and now I'm off the rails because of him.
That's not—
Quiet! 7227, is this true?
No, of course it wasn't, sir. I only just arrived up here a few minutes ago. Besides, how would I be able to damage a coupling and jam the brakes?
Darius found a way. I'm sure you can too.
Do not bring Darius into this. I had nothing to do with the choices he made, just like I have nothing to do with this.
You liar! You admitted it yourself. You asked Stud to swap our jobs.
Did you now? And he obliged? Last I checked, he is the one who tells you what to do, not the other way around.
I didn't tell him to do anything. I asked him if it were possible so that Russell would stop complaining about me being allowed longer runs, whilst he's stuck here.
Because unlike you, I'm not a rebuilt traitorous freak. We know where your loyalties lie. And we know damn well you're not above stooping to this level.
He raises a fair point.
Excuse me?
I believe an investigation is in order. We will find the truth, one way or another. 7227, you are dismissed for now. And until further notice, you are to remain on local work until we figure out the truth behind this accident. 4211 and 2858 will take turns on the mainline work until a verdict comes to fruition.
What the shit? What happened to innocent till proven guilty?
You were already plenty guilty, you bastard.
That's enough, 4211.
This is bullshit. I was doing you a favour, you bastard. Where's Mr. Studd? He has a say in this too.
Mr. Stodd is not available at this moment. As your manager, I have final say on the matter, and you are to do as you are told.
Why, I ought to.
Unless you intend to delay us even further, I advise you move off and do your work, 7227, or there will be consequences.
As you wish, sir.
Now then, 4211.
Yes, sir?
Just what the hell are you playing at?
What?
I told you and everyone else not to start things until all preparations were in order. How are we supposed to pin this on Stodd if he's not here?
Sir, there has to be some sort of misunderstanding. I didn't do this. Drax did.
Do you honestly expect me to believe that? For months now you've ranted and raved about working on the main line again. How much you longed for the freedom. Well, congratulations. You got your wish. If only so it gets you out of my sight for a while.
But...
Mark my words, 4211. If you mess with our plans one more time, you are done. Riley's day went by as slow as ever. He had been expecting Alvin to come back from his trip and give him another tongue lashing, but to his surprise, it never came. Alvin just greeted him kindly and got on with his day. Though he was a bit suspicious, he nevertheless continued with his work, until evening fell and he returned to the sheds. Good evening to you. How was your day?
Yeah, you know, same old, same old. Yourself?
Not too bad, thank you.
Goody.
I wanted to apologize for this morning.
Okay.
I realize that things are not easy to overcome when on the subject of trauma. I remember how it was for me. But you should try to talk about it, Riley. When you're ready, of course.
Trauma? Me? Nah, lad, I'm sound as ever. I just want to work up here rather than run forced social visits. Is that really so bad?
Riley, I'm not blind. It may not seem like it to you, but you do tick all the right boxes, so to speak.
Doesn't ring a bell for me. Anyways, I'm tired. Good night, Al.
Very well. Good night, Riley.
It's a bunch of bullshit is what it is.
No kidding. I can't believe Russell would just frame you up just like that.
I can. He's had it out for me for years. You all know it.
Well, I wouldn't say he's had it out for you. He's not been the kindest, and maybe a bit jealous at times, but...
I don't know, Levi. He's been going on non-stop about the whole rebuild thing since long before we went to Banbury.
Exactly. I don't know what his issue is with my rebuild. He didn't even know me before I had it.
Weren't you in storage for like 10 years?
Yep, from 1926 until my rebuild was complete on the 27th of November in 1935. So, just shy of it, yeah.
So it's not a past transgression then?
It's not like I've been trying to make his life difficult either. The reason I'm in this mess to begin with is because I wanted to do him a favour, but he completely flipped the script on me.
And no surprise, Knox took his word as gospel.
Well, you can't really fault him for that now, can you? After everything that's happened, I can see why he's erring on the side of caution.
The side of caution is one thing, but blaming without evidence?
Well, his evidence is your affiliation with Stodd, I imagine. Considering the schemes he ran before, it makes you the possible culprit, innocent or not.
That doesn't make any sense though. Starter's been away in New Wessex all day, and Drax was nowhere near the yard before the accident happened.
Yeah, I couldn't have done anything even if I wanted to. What the hell, man?
Whoa, easy there. I didn't say that you did it. I'm just saying that I can see why Knox is being cautious.
Levi, best to just drop it. Tensions are already running pretty high. It's best not to escalate things, no matter how pure your intentions are.
Right. Sorry, Drax.
No, it's fine. I should be the one apologising. I've already lost the trust of some of the others because of the side I took. I don't want to lose yours as well, just because you're being logical and I'm having a bad time.
Don't worry, mate. I understand.
Anyways, we'd best get some rest. There's no telling what tomorrow will bring.
Hopefully some better news.
Yeah, one can hope.
The next few days went by slowly and without incident. When Mr. Starr returned from his trip, Drax got a hold of him ASAP to try and resolve the situation. However, when Mr. Starr tried to argue Drax's case to Mr. Knox, he was swiftly informed that there would be no going back on the new arrangements, as Mr. Dickinson had already signed off on it. Drax was not best pleased with the situation, but realized that there was nothing he could do. He came to the conclusion that he would just have to make the most of the situation, and enjoyed the shorter and more relaxed runs he got throughout the day. Russell wanted to be more happy about the new work he had been given, but he just couldn't shake the threat Mr. Knox had sprung on him off of his conscience. He had finally gotten the work he had so desperately craved, but at what cost? He felt more expendable now than he had back in his days in the coalfields, and his words from the previous year was kept in the forefront of his mind. It felt like he had made a deal with the devil, and the devil was not playing fair. Up at the quarry, Riley was doing his usual work of shunting loaded wagons for Alvin's next trip to Manifel. Alvin was currently out on the main line with one of the larger deliveries, and Riley was all alone. He had just rolled up to some of the newly filled up wagons when one of the workers came running up to him.
What's with the worry, chap? Did you guys find oil or something?
I wish. Nothing but chalk so far. Though Johnny tried to cry wolf about traces of iron ore earlier. Anyways, that's besides the point. Alvin is going to be delayed for a few hours, so
there won't be enough space for me to put the next rake together? Well, that sucks.
No, Riley. We need you to take the wagons down to Manifel in his place.
What? No way, I can't do that.
Why not?
I have work to do up here. How are we supposed to keep a good workflow if I'm not here to shunt?
We managed alright before you arrived. I'm sure we'll be alright without you for a few hours.
But that's not safe. Alvin is way stronger than me. I'm just a shunter.
Riley, you're both power class 3F. You'll be more than fine.
But
it's not up for debate, Riley. Get to it.
Alright. Fine. I'll do it.
Alright, mate, you're good to go. Hello? After Riley.
Yeah, I heard. I'm going.
Wait, what? No more brake vans? Are you sure you'll be able to manage that, Riley?
Oi! This isn't funny!
Holy
Can't knock that
shit,
bike through,
we're
I
out of
can't
control.
stop!
Fuck.
Oh yeah, what the hell just
You
there's
made
no
your
need for
choice
this.
when you sided with the wrong side. Farewell, Pania.
What the? Riley shot backwards at speed, a look of panic in his eyes. We've got to run away! Another workman reacted quickly and threw the points to the old mine. He ran on to try and change the next point along, but couldn't reach it in time. Riley's wagon smashed into the boarded up mine entrance, a jolt which made Riley instinctively slam on his brakes. The workman ran up to him, trying to make sure he was okay, but Riley was unresponsive and breathing heavily. About an hour later, Alvin rolled into the quarry with a shocked expression on his smoke box. Once he laid eyes on Riley, he knew exactly what had happened. He gently buffered up to him, dragging him and the wagons away from the opening of the mine. When he got Riley back to the repair shed, the pannier had an apologetic look in his eyes.
I'm sorry, Alvin.
Sorry? Whatever for?
You were right. I was afraid of the hill. Every time I look towards it, I replay that night. The jolt, the speed picking up, the last words of my crew. I just can't help but wonder if I could have done more. If I'd tried a little harder.
Riley, you could not have changed the fate of those men no matter what. What happened happened. We are not all powerful and we can't change the past.
But how am I supposed to just move on?
With time and acceptance, none of which come easily. Did you know I served in the First World War?
You did?
Well, sort of. I was one of the engines who were running troop trains. At first, it seemed to be a lucrative job. We got to send old Blighty's finest to put a stop to Kaiser Wilhelm's temper tantrum. But by God was I wrong. As time went on, the same men returned missing limbs, shell-shocked, and completely changed. And those were the ones who were lucky. I was one of the engines who got to see these men come home. Some cheered, some cried, some said nothing, and, well, some did worse things. War can change a man in a heartbeat, turn the best of us into vicious killers. The things I saw, heard, lived through, are things I will always carry with me until I get cut up.
How did you get past it all?
I still haven't, but I've learned to live with it. Not without help, mind.
Is that why you wanted me to talk about it?
Yes. Start the long journey to accept what happened. It's never an easy journey. I was very lucky to have a good friend help me through it. I'm hoping you will allow me to be there for you, to help you recover as well.
I can try. When do we start?
As soon as you're cleared to work again. I know just the thing. Well, you sound tired.
What the? Oh, it's you.
Nice to see you too, Russell.
What do you want, stud?
I just wanted to talk to you somewhere Knox wouldn't intervene. Some new information has come into light about your accident.
Finally come to admit your involvement then, have you?
No, actually. I spoke to the investigators a few hours ago. They compared the incident to some of the case files they have on the ongoing Eastwood branch investigations.
What does that have to do with my derailment?
They've been having similar incidents, and I felt there may have been some overlap between the cases. Lo and behold, they concluded that the incident was more than likely executed by the same culprit, who's still at large. Which means neither I nor Drax had any involvement in your accident. I just figured you'd want to know that.
So, let me guess. You're here to inform me that I'm being put back on local freights, aren't you?
No, actually. You're staying on them for the foreseeable future.
Thought as much. Hang on, what?
You wanted the mainline runs. You got them.
What's the catch?
No hidden strings. I've already spoken to both Drax and Knox. they both had no objections. Consider it a reward.
A reward? Why are you doing this? Are you trying to play mind games with me?
Look, Russell, I know our relationship has always been a bit rocky, to say the least. But you were always a hard and dependable worker. My father saw it, just the same as I do. I guess I took it for granted, and it made you resent me. For that, I am truly sorry. It's high time I stopped playing favorites and let all my engines work to realize their full potential, starting with you.
No, you do not get to say that. Not after everything you did. Darius, Gregory, all the hell you caused us.
Russell, please calm down. I didn't... Oi, what the hell is going on here? That signing was supposed to be cleared 30 seconds ago. Get the fuck out of here before I shove you out. Calm down, Jim. I'll only be a moment more.
No, we're done here.
I see. I suggest you do the same, unless you want to end up as one with the ballast. Yeah, alright, I'm going. Grouchy prick. It was approaching early evening by the time the workmen cleared Riley to move again. The quarry had nearly ground to a halt after the incident earlier that day, something which Riley felt horrible for, constantly apologizing to the workmen whenever he had the chance. After a lot of back and forth, Alvin had managed to convince Riley to come with him to the edge of the hill. They sat there in silence for a while, before Alvin broached the subject gently. So, how do you feel?
Apprehensive.
Why? We're just sitting here.
I don't know, I just feel like any moment now some cunt of a hall is going to shove wagons into me and I'll be out of control again.
I see. But if you try and think of all the times you've run up and down the branch, be it the line to Grimstead, banking duties at Colford, or the many local runs you've done in the past, did those go wrong?
Well, no, they went fine.
You must have run up and down more than 1,000 hills in your lifetime, and only once has it gone wrong.
That still doesn't change the fact I lost control down one.
Of course not, but that was not the fault of the hill.
I never really thought of it like that. So you're saying I should blame Hart, not the hill, or even myself?
An oversimplification of the issue at hand, but essentially, yes.
Sounds like one of those easier said than done kind of things.
Of course it is. Nothing worth doing is ever easy.
Okay then. Let's do it.
Do what?
I want to get down from here. I want to see my friends again.
Are you sure? We don't want to rush into things. That could cause just as many problems.
No, I can do this. I know I can.
Alright, but I'm coming with you, just in case.
Thank you.
I'll let you do all the work. If you feel things are getting out of control, let me know and I'll help you.
Alright. Here goes nothing.
Riley slowly crept forward, getting closer and closer to the edge of the hill. He stopped at the edge once more, looking down the steep gradient. Don't focus on the angle or what happened in the past. Focus on the here and now.
I'll try.
No, don't try. Either you do it, or you don't.
Right. It's now or never.
Riley took a deep breath before rolling forward once more. He instantly felt a shift in weight as the water in his tanks moved forwards, and gravity began making him slowly pick up speed. Though he was tense and afraid, Alvin kept him in check, always trying his best to keep him grounded as they coasted further and further down the hill. Before they knew it, They came to a stop at the signal box at the junction. Riley was visibly shaken, but relieved. Well, I'll be damned. You did it.
Yeah, I really did, didn't I?
How was it?
Fucking horrible. But it's a start.
That it is, and a hell of a good one at that. So then, what's next? Do you want to go back up to the quarry?
No way, I haven't come this far just to turn back. Let's head up to Spear. I want to see the others.
You sure? There's another hill to get back later. Will you be alright with that?
Can't be any steeper than what we've just went down. Come on, we're losing daylight.
Up at Spear, the engines were settling into the sheds for the evening, when a surprising sight came rolling into the sheds. Alvin? What a pleasant surprise! What brings you down here at this hour? You know, just dropping by with an old friend of yours. An old friend? Who? Look ahead. Hang on. Is that Riley? Oh, it's been so long! How are you?
Yo! How's it going, my bababooies? Look at you lot. As sorry looking as ever. Doing better. How about you guys? Everything going swell down here?
On most days, yes. Though we have encountered a lot of issues as of late.
Oh, that's not good. What kind of issues?
Just some issues with the trackbed and equipment. We've had a few derailments and such.
Oh, well that's not good at all.
It really isn't. But we have done our best to keep the spirits high. Life must go on.
I guess. How's Mr. Starr handling it?
We don't actually know. We haven't seen him much since he stepped down.
Stepped down? Wow, I really have missed a lot, haven't I?
We'd be more than happy to fill in the blanks. If you have the time, of course.
I don't mind. Do you think we have time for it, Al?
Yeah, we got time.
You heard the lad. Go ahead.
Mind if I take this one, Clint? Sure, the floor is yours. Thank you. It started a little while back. Mr. Starr had been juggling his time between manager of the Refuge and Chiltern Hills, alongside Mr. Knox, and keeping this branch line running. However, due to the incidents that kept on happening on the railway, he had to take time off his job to come ensure everything went smoothly over here. It all came to a head one day.